An emergency is no time for on-the-job training. It is recommended that you familiarize yourself with the contents of this video, the emergency response kit, recommended practices, and installation procedures before an emergency occurs. This video is not a substitute for in-depth training or specific handling techniques or emergency response procedures. In the event of a leaking valve or fitting, it is critical that appropriate steps be taken immediately to mitigate the leak. Anyone involved in capping a leak should follow their company's procedures and manufacturer's material safety data sheets, MSDS, regarding personal protective equipment. Note that in the event of an actual tank car leak, you would be required to wear the appropriate personal protective equipment. For purposes of this video demonstration, the participants are only wearing minimal safety equipment. The NGRTC Next Generation Rail Tank Car Fittings Package. Midland has been working closely with shippers and regulatory agencies on the next generation of rail tank car valves. This is more commonly known as the NGRTC project, or the Next Generation Rail Tank Car project. The next generation valves are designed to improve safety and security. The enhanced fittings package has been designed first for 1-inch fittings, which focuses on rail cars in chlorine, or AHF, and anhydrous hydrogen fluoride service. Through design and construction enhancements, the improved valves reduce the exposure of a valve in a rollover accident and move all primary seals level with or below the surface of the pressure plate. The procedure for stopping leaks from next-generation chlorine angle valves and pressure relief valves is almost the same as the procedure for today's valves. Stopping a leak in an NGRTC angle valve. One significant difference is the feel of the valve as it closes and opens. The Midland NGRTC A718 angle valve operates the same as a current angle valve. Left turn, counterclockwise to open, and right turn, clockwise to close. However, the stem is a descending stem using a check valve, so the hand wheel will be at its highest point in the closed position. Conversely, the hand wheel will be at its lowest point in the open position. The stem interacts with the check valve to push it open. The check valve is the primary seal. Both the check valve and angle valve have soft seats allowing better sealing, so be sure the valve is completely closed. As we discussed earlier, the procedure for stopping a leak in an angle valve is tighten the pipe plug, or if you remove it, clean and tape the male threads, clean the female threads, tighten all valve connections including the mounting base. Stopping a leak in an NGRTC pressure relief valve. Because of Midland's work with the shippers and regulatory agencies, the next generation pressure relief valves look different than current valves on the market. Again, the next-gen valves are different because the sealing surface is below the railcar tank top profile. Note the pressure relief valve rupture disc is level with the pressure plate. Tighten all valve connections, including the mounting base. Capping NGRTC enhanced fittings. Capping the next-generation rail tank car valve is similar to capping the standard valve. The capping can for the new lower profile valves will be either can number 4 for the ERK or, in the C kit, can number 24A1. The angle valve does not require the hand wheel to be removed before capping with the Midland number 4 can or the C kit 24A1 can. However, removal of the hand wheel does make the application easier to accomplish. The angle valve flange faceplate does need to be removed before capping. A recommended practice to aid in removal of the flange is to use a 1-inch diameter by 12-inch long threaded pipe to help pull out the flange plate. The pipe is not included in either the ERK or C kit and would have to be provided by the user. The chain and plug does not need to be removed. Wrap these around the valve to keep out of the way of the capping can. Assemble the gasket to the can and install the can over the appropriate valve. Follow the same procedure as shown previously for assembly of the jack screw, hold-down plate, and bolts. Installing the bridge on the next generation tank railcar fittings. The NGRTC fittings package includes a new top-of-the-rail car protective housing for chlorine applications. It has a lower profile, a wider layout, and is equal to an LPG style or 20-inch housing with 4 interior bars that are mounted inside the housing to accommodate the C-kit J-hook hold-down bars. The interior bars do not interfere with the valves or the side of the protective housing. With the NGRTC fittings package's new protective housing, the bridge can be secured to either the interior bars or through the manway portholes. With the 4 interior bars, the C-kit J-hooks and the ERK tie bars have room to find the right spot to create a good connection for sealing over the capping can. When using the Midland ERK kit only, it is still recommended to use the portholes to connect the tie bars, just as it is currently done today. Note that 2 kits, ERK and C, are able to be applied simultaneously using the interior bars inside the housing. If using the portholes, only 1 kit should be applied at a time. Follow the previous instructions concerning installation of the tie bars, pins, and tightening down procedure. Remember, once a capping kit has been used to secure a leak, the shipper will be required to obtain an emergency exemption from the U.S. Department of Transportation if the tank car is going to continue to be moved. In addition, overhead clearance must be considered, since the kit is installed above the usual high point of the tank car, and inspect the cover gasket seal for leaks. If the gasket leaks, remove the cover, clean the cover plate surface, and replace the gasket if necessary. Reinstall the cover can. If leakage is contained, then the capping is complete. Note that after the leaking angle valve has been capped, if it is a liquid valve, then it is possible to use the other liquid angle valve to offload the product from the car.